One day, Gordon was feeling stuffed up. "It's the new coal," said the firelighter. "It's stuffed you up something awful. We'll have to make do with it as there's nothing else." "Why not have a good sneeze, Gordon?" suggested Henry, remembering the time he'd sneezed to punish some boys for dropping stones on him. "That'll clear your tubes." "Certainly not," replied Gordon with dignity. "Sir Topham Hatt would never approve. He didn't like your sneeze, as I recall." Gordon was nervous as he backed onto the express. "I hope I feel better soon," he murmured. "They'll only laugh at me if I don't keep time." He needn't have worried. By the time they reached the junction, he was running nicely. And as he began to approach Edward Station, the fireman began to make up the fire. "Let's take a good run at the hill while you've got steam to do it," he said. "I don't trust this low-grade coal." At the station, a party of wedding guests were standing on the platform. As Gordon swooshed through, running hard for the hill, smoke from his newly made fire streamed high into the air. He disappeared into the distance, leaving a black smokescreen hanging over the station. It covered everything, wedding guests and all, covering them in soot and smut. Waves to Gordon became shaking fists of fury, and the wedding party headed angrily to the station master's office. At the end of the line, an inspector came to see Gordon. His message from Sir Topham Hatt was short, but not sweet. "It's not fair," Gordon complained to Bear. "How could I help that smoke? It's not my fault the coal is dirty." "Never mind," said Bear. "Where would I be if I got upset every time someone called me smelly? Anyway, soot's good for the garden, my driver says." "But not for new clothes," muttered Gordon. Gordon was extra careful on the way home, but it wasn't his lucky day. Sir Topham Hatt had broken a journey to the other railway to apologize to the wedding party at Edward Station. He had done his best and was waiting for another train when Gordon came by. As the express thundered through, a cloud of something flew through the air and landed on Sir Topham Hatt's brand new top hat. When Gordon reached the big station, he found another message waiting for him. "Sir Topham Hatt says," announced the inspector, "that Gordon blew ashes on his top hat as he passed through Edward Station." Gordon was horrified. "I did not. I was being extra careful." "I'm sure Sir Topham Hatt can't be right," added Gordon's fireman. "I can't help it," said the inspector. "That's what he says, so there it is. He will speak to Gordon when he gets home." Gordon went sadly back to his shed. Sir Topham Hatt was on the mainland, and he would not see Gordon for some considerable time, but he'd be back eventually. But that's another story.